the sprawling world of Umamusume Pretty Derby, among dozens of legendary champions, one character has become the face of the franchise's unpredictable spirit. If you have seen any clips from the game or the anime, you have almost
Oh my god, what the flip? That's crazy.
If you have seen any clips from the
Oh, that.
If you have seen any clips from the game or the anime, you have almost
That's
certainly seen
freaking
her,
gold,
the tall,
man.
gray-haired girl with a goofy grin, the one pulling pranks, breaking the fourth wall, and delivering a flying dropkick to her trainer. This is Shippu, or Goshi, as she is known to her legion of fans. And while she often seems like the comic relief, she is absolutely the comic relief. Her story is one of the most complex and fascinating in the entire series, because the anime girl who acts like the prankster is a direct, faithful translation of a real-life racehorse.
My
a multi-million-dollar champion who was just as brilliant and even more chaotic than his fictional counterpart. This is the story of that horse and how his career, his
such a good scene,
and
bro.
his incredible contradictions were perfectly reborn as a digital icon. Let's get into it. To really understand the legend of
it's a paid
Shippu,
concert.
you first have to
Sure.
accept that he was, above all, a contradiction. On
The
paper,
blue
the
arcade
facts paint a
BGM,
clear
man.
picture of an elite champion, a 6-time Grade 1 winner with career earnings of nearly 1.4 billion yen. But the numbers never told the whole story, because alongside that breathtaking brilliance, one winner with career earnings of nearly 1.4 billion yen. But the numbers never told the whole story, because alongside that breathtaking brilliance was a baffling, often maddening belligerence. He was a force of nature that operated entirely on his own terms. And the key to this puzzle, the source code for his unique brand of chaos, can be found in his bloodline. His pedigree isn't just a list of ancestors, it is a recipe for his entire
Why is he running like
personality. Let's start with his father's side. His father, his sire, was a horse named Asmongold, a successful what? Oh, it's not Asmongold.
Oh my god.
A horse named Stay Gold, a successful competitor from the line of legendary American champion Sunday Silence. This bloodline is famous in Japan for two things: producing horses of immense, explosive talent, and that talent often being coupled with a fiery, difficult temperament. Stay Gold himself was known for his own quirks. Some fans even called him a terrorist on the race course. Goshi's own half-brother, the Triple Crown winner,
good lord, bro.
nicknamed the Tyrant for his fierce disposition. This is where Goshi inherited his explosive, unpredictable spirit. But that is only half of the story. On his mother's side, the influence was the complete opposite. His dam was a daughter of the Japan Racing Association Hall of Fame inductee Majiro McQueen, one of the nation's most celebrated long-distance runners.
Another thing is, guys, like, I probably know bits and bobs about this, but now, like, it's starting to kind of all come together, right? Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh wow.
Goshi got his signature gray coat that whitened with age, and more importantly, a deep well of stamina and consistency. The ability to just keep running. So you have this perfect genetic storm. From his father, the volatile spirit of a rebel. From his mother's side, the powerful, relentless engine of a marathon runner. His entire career can be seen as a manifestation of this war within him. A horse born with an engine of a stater.
That's a Michael Jackson pose,
of a rebellious sprinter. He was a living paradox, and it was on the racetrack where this internal conflict would be put on full display for the world to see. His career wasn't a simple list of wins and losses. It was a story written in a few distinct, unforgettable moments. The first came in 2012, and his first major Grade 1 race, the Satsuki Show. The conditions were awful. A track soaked with rain, turning the ground into heavy, treacherous mud. For most of the race, Goshi did what he always did. He lingered at the very back of the pack, seemingly uninterested, right? But as the field swung wide into the final turn, trying to find a better footing on the outside, Goshi did the opposite. He dove towards the inside rail, a path so rough and chewed up that every other jockey was
the one that they show in the anime opening, right?
Only be described as breathtaking power and balance. He warped through this treacherous path, gaining an immense advantage. From there, he unleashed a devastating charge down the straight, blowing past the entire field to win. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. It was the debut of his heart-stopping chaser
on Twitch,
style, and a clear sign that he operated
inside,
different sets of rules. Jumping forward to his 6th and final Grade 1 victory in 2015. The Tenno Show was perhaps the race that best captured his grit. This was a grueling 3,200 meter marathon, a race he had tried and failed to win twice before. He was also recovering from a hoof injury, so expectations were mixed. He started poorly, as was his custom, am I right? Trailing far behind. But on the backstretch, he began a massive, relentless run, moving up through the field, and in the final desperate strides, he caught the leader to win by a mere neck. It
god!
It was a victory of pure perseverance. And his jockey's comments after the race were incredibly telling. He said, "I was thinking of going front if he started well," which obviously wasn't the case. "From there on, I just concentrated on following the pace and careful not to turn him off."
Let him do his thing,
that last
man.
part is the key. The job wasn't just to ride him. The job was to actually manage his psychology, to keep him engaged. This win was a testament to the delicate mental battle required to pilot him. These moments showed that when Golshi was in the mood, he was a nearly invincible force of nature. But the entire sport,
why is he acting like a puppy?
In the most spectacular way possible,
oh my
what
god!
happened when he was not.
I know of this. I don't know much about it though.
Golshi entered the race as the overwhelming favorite. He was on the verge of making history, attempting to become the first horse to ever win this prestigious all-star race 3 times in a row. The betting public had wagered an astronomical sum on him.
Oh
the
no!
And the rest of the field Goldship went into what was described as an inexplicable fit. He reared up high on his hind legs, holding the pose, a perfect statue of defiance. As the race disappeared into the distance, by the time he finally decided to run, he was hopelessly behind. In that single moment of defiance, an estimated 12 billion yen in winning tickets was instantly turned into worthless paper. Depending on the exchange rate at the time, that is anywhere from about 82 million to 135 million USD.
My god.
Vaporized by a horse who simply decided he didn't feel like it. And this is the event that truly defines his legacy as the Chaos Agent. The entire sport of horse racing, and especially the massive betting industry built around it, is founded on principles of statistical analysis, performance prediction, and quantifiable data. It is a system designed to make the unpredictable predictable. Golshi was a living, breathing refutation of that entire system. One writer at the time described him perfectly, calling him a divine punishment inflicted on humanity for daring to gamble on the enterprise of horse racing.
I love that. I actually love that. I can't lie.
Reminded everyone in the most financially catastrophic way possible that some things
Gamba is Gamba. They're literally incredible to me. Gamba is Gamba.
Of spectacular talent and even more spectacular self-sabotage that cemented his legend. He was actually a character so perfectly formed. It was almost inevitable that someone would decide to make his story playable. This is where the Golshi legend was supercharged for a new era in the world of Umamusume Pretty Derby. And the genius of his adaptation to the horse girl is how it was a meticulous and clever translation. It starts with her visual design, which is essentially a canvas of hidden references. It is designed to be a rewarding experience for anyone who knows the real story. For instance, her race outfit, the red dress, and the white and red sweatbands is a direct copy of the jockey.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so
cool. Look closer at the dress and you will see 6 gold buttons running down the front. Each one represents
I'm definitely looking at the gold buttons right now, man.
And then there are the visual
okay, that's pretty
cool. A large golden anchor-shaped ornament hangs from her thigh, a playful nod to her name, Goldship. But the most brilliant part of his adaptation isn't the visual, it is the narrative. It lies in her most prominent relationship, her friendship with the elegant and proper Mejiro McQueen.
I will absolutely take that, man.
Clever, you have to know the reality. Mejiro McQueen was
grandpa, right?
Grandfather. They existed in different eras and, of course, never met. But in the world of Umamusume, where champions from across history can interact, they're reimagined as contemporaries, teammates, and the closest of friends. Their dynamic is a classic pairing. Goldship is the chaotic prankster, and McQueen is the easily flustered, prim and proper target of those pranks. This friendship is a living metaphor for Goldship's own pedigree. Think back to the source code, right? Mejiro McQueen, the elegant, consistent, long-distance champion, represents the disciplined stayer half of Goldship's bloodline, and Goldship's constant chaotic teasing of her is the personification of the rebellious, fiery spirit he inherited from his father, Asmongold. Their entire friendship is a visualization of his internal genetic conflict. It transforms the dry data of a pedigree chart into a compelling and often hilarious emotional story. This
I haven't seen that. Was that season 3?
His story and his very genetics into a compelling character is what allowed the legend of Goldship to find a new, even larger audience, and that audience would in turn take his story and make it their own, creating a phenomenon that transcended the game itself. His legend now lives and breathes on the internet, But his most famous meme, the Umamusume character's flying dropkick delivered to her trainer after
oh my God.
is a direct loving reference to the real horse's habit of kicking out at his handlers. But these memes serve a crucial purpose. They are cultural funnel. A potential new fan might see
it's true,
of an
man.
anime girl drop kicking someone.
Oh my God, she looking.
It's from Umamusume.
Ooh,
a
damn,
quick search
bro.
then reveals that the character is based on a real one, and the dropkick is a reference to a real behavior. This might lead them to watch an actual race footage on YouTube, and suddenly
that is the pipeline. That do be the pipeline.
The history of Japanese horse racing. The memes aren't the end point; they are the entry point.
Agreed.
A hilarious and accessible bridge from pop culture to a classic sport. But the most fascinating part of Goldchip's story, the final and greatest paradox, came after he left the track. At the big red farm in Hokkaido, the lunatic from the racetrack became a model professional, a gentle, remarkably successful breeding stallion. He would go on to father a grade 1 winner, and in a moment of perfect karmic redemption, another of his sons would win the very race his father had so famously thrown years earlier. This dramatic shift in behavior suggests his chaos was not an inherent, universal trait, but a context-dependent response. The high-pressure, restrictive world of professional racing, with its demanding training and confining starting gates, may have been the primary trigger for his defiant behavior. In contrast, the more natural environment of the breeding farm allowed a different, more cooperative side of his personality to emerge. This makes you reconsider the entire story. He wasn't just a chaotic horse. Perhaps he was protesting. This final layer of complexity is what solidifies his place, not just as a champion, but as one of the most fascinating characters sport has ever produced. And in the end, that is the key to his enduring appeal. The perfect chaotic harmony between his two identities, the real horse and the fictional character.
So good, so good.
Before he was ever officially written as one. The real world thoroughbreds, rare combination.
I feel like Tracer Rondo is such a perfect song for Goshi too.
And a maddeningly defiant personality created a natural, compelling narrative full of triumph, failure, comedy, and drama. The Umamusume adaptation succeeded so brilliantly because it didn't need to invent a personality. It only needed to faithfully and cleverly translate the complex one that already existed. The creators understood that Goldchip's essence was his contradiction. They embraced his flaws as much as his victories, turning his gait antics, his mood swings, and his infamous kicking into defining and beloved character traits. The result is a singular phenomenon where each half of his identity enriches the other in a self-perpetuating cycle of discovery. A fan of the game is led to the history of the real horse. A fan of the horse finds new joy in his fictional portrayal.
Bro, this version of Jason Rondo looks sick with the outfits and everything.
The unimpeachable record of achievement. The anime girl provides the accessibility, the humor, and the modern cultural currency of memes and fan communities. Now he is not just a horse or a character, a champion or a meme. He is Goldchip, the unsinkable ship of chaos, a unique and unforgettable icon at the nexus of sports, story, and digital culture, and a perfect case study of how a legendary personality can be immortalized and amplified for a new generation. Goldchip's story shows how much a real personality can shape a fictional character.
Oh my God, amazing.
Figures, athletes, or even animals whose stories you think are perfect for this kind of adaptation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
You know what?
That is all from me, Glaive Kyo, and I will see you in the next one.
That's a great one. Thank you so much, man. Glaive Kyo, appreciate you big time for the banger video. And you know what Glaive Kyo mentioned at the end there, right? Hey, yo, guys, do you see the vision? Hold on. How about cute anime girls, F1 races? I don't even watch F1, bro, but that's like the next closest thing I can think of. Do you guys see the vision, bro? Like, yo, man said Verstappen, cute anime girl, bro, let me cook, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that would be so, wait, we do? Do we actually? What? Bro, Schumacher? Someone made Uma F1 crossover, oh, bro, there you go. See, like, I couldn't have been the only one, man. I see. Would that be the pilots or the team as anime girl? It's such a, honestly, like, if they could make Umamusume work, bro, like, imagine. Oh, God, that'd actually be amazing. That'd actually be amazing, bro.
You are king. Dream, 조선은 탄조, 조선은 조리어 받고, 결혼마시로, 스스바마시 get the 비가 기야. 하나 사가스 루가시 바나시 카나 스토리 원하시 drop. Yeah, my title, you king, title. I do it for the fam, I do it for the team, yeah, I do it with my hands. Team one till we're hand, and all you gotta do is so three right, you poke time the fam. Yeah, verse got so too, back at either time to go to. Yeah, side dollar, don't know me, Joe, we all want explosion, bam. No doubts, the bills are cruising, pure cash from the white dot moving, never losing. Self-care with the yellow make it for the bleeding and bruising.